Close your eyes and think. Every moment of our lives is surrounded by electricity and electronic devices. But how much do we know about the inventor of electricity? Today, we are going to talk about the life of this mysterious man, the master of light, the father of the modern electric age. Yes, we are talking about Nikola Tesla. If you are ready to brew your coffee and sit in front of your screens, here we go. Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, in Smiljan, Croatia. He was of Serbian descent. He said he didn't realize he was going to be an inventor until he was an adult. In fact, he was an inventor from childhood. He was inventing at the age of 5. He invented a water wheel that was very different from the ones he had seen in the village, with a smooth and even water wheel. Years later, he would recall this memory while building his ingenious propeller turbine. Nikola's most impressive quality, which he recognized as a child and which brought him success throughout his life, was his incredible memory and ability to imagine and visualize. He could visualize all aspects of an invention in his mind before making it concrete. After visualizing all of its parts and operating principles, he would make it concrete. This ability saved Tesla a great deal of time. Nikola Tesla had strange traits and obsessions in his childhood. Throughout his life, he would experience difficulties due to these strange traits and obsessions. For example, while he hated earrings worn by women, he liked other jewelry such as bracelets. He could not tolerate the sight of pearls, but was attracted to crystals with shiny, sharp corners and planes. Just the thought of touching another person's hair was enough to drive Nikola Tesla crazy. The sight of a peach, let alone touching one, was enough to make Nikola suffer. It was unacceptable for Nikola to know that there was a laurel leaf where he had been. He felt a strange taste in his mouth when pieces of paper were thrown into a container of liquid. He did not enjoy the food he ate and the coffee he drank without calculating the volume of the cups when drinking coffee and the plates when eating. All his actions and movements had to be divided by 3. If they were not divided by 3, he did not hesitate to start all over again after hours of work. In his childhood, Tesla lived a life surrounded by nature in the town of Smiljan. One day, in front of Tesla's eyes, his brother was first injured and then killed in a horse accident. This accident and the subsequent death of his brother left scars on Tesla that would last the rest of his life. He began to have problems with insecurity, especially in childhood. Tesla was a very bright child. His brother was as smart as Tesla. If the accident had not happened, the family might have had 2 future inventors. His father, Milutin Tesla, was a military school graduate but later became a priest. He was also a talented poet and writer. His mother, Duka Tesla, also came from a noble family. She was also a highly skilled woman. She designed the tools she needed herself. She was very successful in crafts such as weaving. Their father wanted Nikola Tesla to become a priest like him. Nikola wanted to become an engineer. He loved to read books. He spent most of his time reading the books in his father's library. His dreams of becoming an engineer grew exponentially with each book he read. Realizing this, his father removed all the candles in the house and wanted Nikola to be interested in the priesthood. But of course, this step would not stop the determined Nikola. Nikola received his early education in Smiljan, the town where he was born. Here he started his arithmetic and religious education. He went to high school at the Higher Real Gymnasium, a better school in a more developed area. He excelled in mathematics. He could calculate many problems in his head. His teachers couldn't believe how fast he could do it and thought he was cheating. He was also very successful in other subjects. The subject he had the most trouble with was engineering drawing. As we mentioned before, Nikola could visualize everything in his head. That's why he was not good at technical drawing. Near the end of his high school education, Nikola suffered a serious health problem. Even doctors believed that he would not recover. But Nikola Tesla had overcome even this problem. Even as he was about to graduate from high school and begin his higher education, his father still wanted his son to become a priest. At that time, there was a cholera epidemic in the country. Nikola fell ill because of this epidemic. His illness lasted about 10 months. He had great crises during his illness. In one of these crises, he said to his father, "Maybe if you let me become an engineer, I can get better." His father, who was by his son's side throughout his long illness, said, "I will send you to the best engineering school in the world," and allowed Nikola to pursue his dreams. With this motivation, Nikola overcame the difficult disease process. In 1875, his father sent Nikola to the Polytechnic School in Graz. Nikola Tesla was now at a very important point for the engineering he had dreamed of. In his first year, Nikola Tesla worked 20 hours a day, including all holidays. He managed to pass all the courses he took with the highest grades. However, his hard work attracted the attention of the teachers at school. They sent a letter to his father, informing him of Nikola's situation. The letter said the following: "You should take your son away from school for a while, otherwise he will die from overwork. Remember Tesla's obsessions we mentioned earlier. This was his new obsession. He never left the work he started unfinished. The most striking example of we have already mentioned how much Nikola Tesla loved to read. This love of reading continued exponentially throughout the years of his education. He read many books in libraries and kept most of them in his memory. One day, while reading a quatrain from the German writer Goethe's Faust, he got several ideas about the invention he had been thinking about for a long time. These ideas became the diagram of the AC induction motor. You may need a little help to understand what this schematic he formed in his mind is. The AC induction motor is now used in many appliances, from washing machines to windshield wipers. This diagram, which came to him while he was reading the stanza from Faust, is now with us in many areas of our lives. After finishing his studies, he had to start a business life in order to realize the projects he had dreamed of. He worked in many jobs. He started working as a technical draftsman for the Central Telegraph Office of the Hungarian government. He managed to attract attention with his hard work and intelligence. He received several job offers in different European cities. He managed to attract attention in all the jobs he took part in. In 1882, Tivadar Puskas gave Tesla a job at the Continental Edison Company in Paris. Tesla began to work in what was then a brand new industry. There, he gained a lot of practical experience in electrical engineering. In 1884, Charles Batchelor, the Continental Edison Company manager who oversaw the Paris installation, was brought back to the United States to run the Edison Machine Works, a manufacturing division in New York. Batchelor also wanted to bring Tesla to the United States. Nikola Tesla emigrated to the United States with his modest savings. During the journey, his belongings and savings were stolen. In 1884, Thomas Edison was the owner of the Edison Machine Works and the Edison and Swan Electric Light Company. With these companies, he served all of Wall Street and the East Side. He had a research laboratory in New Jersey.